Three houses, three gates to hell. In the darkest corners of the world where sunlight dares not reach, stand three houses known as the most dangerous and terrifying places on earth. Their stories were never fully told because those who entered never came back to share what they saw, or they returned, but left their sanity behind, trapped behind doors that should never be opened. I'm Samer, an independent journalist. I never believed in superstitions, or at least, that's what I thought, until I decided to document the stories of these three houses. I didn't know that by the time I finished this investigation, I would never be the same, or maybe I wouldn't make it back at all. The first house, Winchester Mystery House, USA. My journey began in California, in the city of San Jose, where the infamous Winchester Mystery House stands, a mansion that never ends, built by Sarah Winchester, widow of the heir to the famous rifle company. The mansion is enormous, with 160 rooms, hallways leading to nowhere, doors opening into empty space, and staircases that climb straight into the ceiling. Rumor has it that Sarah kept building non-stop to calm the spirits of those killed by Winchester rifles. I entered the mansion at night with special permission from the management. As I wandered the endless corridors, I started hearing whispers from the walls. I couldn't understand the words, but it felt like a calling from the depths of time. I saw shadows shifting, and a back door creaked open by itself, revealing a dark hallway that ended abruptly with a solid wall. In one of the rooms, I found a mirror covered with black cloth. I lifted the cloth, only to see my reflection. But behind me stood a woman. It looked like Sarah herself, dressed in black, pale-faced, her eyes filled with tears and blood. I fled in panic, but the true horror awaited me at my next destination. The second house, Staufen Castle, Germany. Deep within the Black Forest lies Staufen Castle, rumored to be built over a gateway to the underworld. The castle has been abandoned for centuries, and legends claim it is haunted by the spirits of witches and werewolves. I hired a local guide named Hans, an old man who warned me, "Don't stay past midnight. If you hear screams, ignore them. If you see a shadow, don't follow." We entered the castle before sunset. The walls were cracked, the floors covered in dust, windows shattered. Despite the decay, the place felt alive. My breath turned cold despite the summer heat, and the air reeked of sulfur. Suddenly, whispers surrounded us like hundreds of voices muttering in unknown tongues. In the grand hall, I saw an ancient symbol carved into the floor, a circle with an inverted star inside. Satanic rituals. At midnight, the ground began to shake, the walls cracked, and a red glow emerged from beneath the floor. Hans shouted, "The gate is open! Run!" But my legs froze in place as shadowy figures without faces rose from the cracks. Their deformed faces and hollow eyes burned into my memory. I can't recall how I escaped, but I woke up in a hospital, covered in bruises, as if someone or something had violently gripped me. The third house, the house of Harira, Morocco. The final house was the most mysterious of all, located in Casablanca, Morocco, known as the House of Harira, a cursed, abandoned house for over 100 years. Legend says a woman named Harira, a witch who practiced black magic, disappeared inside the house under mysterious circumstances. Since then, people report hearing the meows of invisible cats, the cries of unseen children, and sometimes spotting a distorted woman's face lurking in the windows at night. I arrived at the house at dusk. The structure was crumbling, its facade covered in dust and strange symbols. The doors were broken, the silence inside heavy like death. As I entered, an unnatural humidity filled the air, mixed with the stench of rotting flesh long forgotten. I crept through the rooms, each step increasing the sound of meowing, though I never saw a single cat. In one corner, I found a broken doll, and as I touched it, the flashlights I brought with me suddenly died. The house was plunged into complete darkness. Behind me, footsteps echoed. When I turned around, there she was. Harira herself. Wild hair, a disfigured face, and a black cat with glowing, blood-red eyes perched on her shoulder. She approached me, whispering in an ancient, indecipherable language. The floor beneath me began to crumble, and I felt myself falling into a bottomless abyss, surrounded by terrifying faces, the sounds of crying, insane laughter, and the echoes of words spoken in the language of dark sorcery. I woke up later in a nearby hotel. I don't remember how I got out of that house, but every night since, I hear cats meowing outside my window, and the shadow of a woman standing silently in the corner, watching.